What is going on, Earth 2 novice enthusiasts and everyone in between? Here we are, another episode of Earth 2 News. Me sitting here, so appreciative that you're tuning in to join me. Let's jump right into it. We've got some updates, announcements. Again, this is still coming from the aftermath of Dubai, kind of hints as to what happened, as well as what they're going to be doing in the future to change it, and some other events announcements that we have to look forward to. Very exciting announcements. We've had so many exciting announcements recently. This is like really such a great time to be in Earth 2. If you're new, welcome. Things are just ramping up. Also, if you're new, make sure you check out my beginner video. Fill out the contact form below. New or veterans, you're definitely going to want to fill out that contact form, because not only will it put you into a raffle for me to use your referral code when I make my purchases, and sometimes I drink vodka and spend way too much money, like I did on Saturday, and I'll be using your referral code when I spend too much money. But also, I do weekly land giveaways for everybody, and for noobs, I will be doing a special giveaway. If you are new and you respond to that email showing me that you used my referral code on your first purchase, I will be so honored that you will have a chance to pick between some Dubai property or some of my mines or oil fields. And that is especially beneficial to the noobs, because I know you guys are probably frustrated that your portfolios are a little lacking. You're paying a lot more than a lot of us who have been in longer. So that's how I get back to you. But let's start getting into these. We got three big announcements basically chunked up here. So right from Shane Isaac, CEO of Earth 2. Dear Earth 2 users, we hope all is well. 5 hours ago, we sat for a 2-hour meeting between 8 key team members and advisors from across Europe, South Korea, USA, and Australia. Now, these guys are working nonstop, so 2 hours is like a lot of time to have their bandwidth focused on this when they're trying to build the next world. There were extensive discussions around UAE, Essence, EPLs, and Easter eggs. I think Easter eggs are coming out. Another meeting has already been scheduled for tomorrow to continue the discussions and draw closer to decisions. We have investigated extensive data, including third-party metrics. From the Facebook metrics alone, we discovered at the first point after the countdown, there were over 2 million page views on our website, and that does not include clicks, zooms, selects, etc. This is what stopped many from being able to load the website and displayed an overload/maintenance message. At that point, we could see many people could not access the site, so we intentionally took the servers down in an effort to relaunch and allow people fair access. So basically, there were people who were able to make purchases, and if you're following me, you were on my live stream that I did Saturday, 5.5 hours of live streaming. You saw some people reporting they were able to make purchases. We were frustrated because most of us weren't. So when they shut it down intentionally to basically kick everybody out of the store and let everybody rush back into the store. And then they shut it down again, kicked everyone out of the store, let everybody rush back in. Some lucky sons of guns who had fiber and were somehow close to the servers, I don't know what kind of advantages they'd be able to have. Some people were probably able to get back into the proverbial store each occurrence, and they were able to really win, but there was nothing they could do. There was no preferential treatment. There was, they mentioned, even their personal friends and family couldn't get on. A similar result occurred the second time. The server stayed up a little bit longer, approximately 60 seconds. I think it was like 30 seconds the first time. Until again, many received the overload message, and we cut the service intentionally when we saw many users could not access the site. We called an emergency team meeting with 4 key team members who were available to do a quick review of the situation, and the decision was made to turn UAE back on after an announcement and without an extended countdown in hopes, I guess he meant to say, the servers would remain online, and they did. I mentioned this in my previous video. I think that was because a lot of people allocated a certain amount of time to be available to make these purchases. Some people got up early, some people were going to work, some people were going to bed, some people were whatever. So I think waiting a half hour, 2 hours, however long, there were just less and less people available. I wasn't able to make a purchase until about 3 hours in, but that's here nor there. There are some rumors in the community that we would like to address. Earth 2 did not intentionally give any advantage to any user in the UAE. There have been suggestions we allowed certain users to be able to purchase land, and this is simply not the case. Personally, we received frustrating messages from friends and colleagues who also could not purchase due to the unprecedented traffic on our website. All right, so I say this over and over. You're going to keep hearing me say this until I feel otherwise. I think they're doing their best to keep everything as fair as possible. I would even speculate, I'm curious as to whether or not they'll even allow team members to purchase land, because no matter how fair you purchase the land, it might be looked at as like a kind of insider trading kind of thing. These guys know what kind of land is going to be valuable, so I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that they don't allow their team members to participate in purchasing. I don't know. That's complete speculation, though. Wouldn't surprise me. seems like they're super obsessed with being fair. Some people have noted the YouTuber and megacity test ads popping up on the map. I would mention those in the live stream, and mistaken those for ownership of tiles that appear below. Those ads are random and have nothing to do with tile ownership. We simply decided to promote some of the YouTubers and megacity creators so other users interested in Earth 2 can see what they are up to. Now, Shane, I do have a bone to pick with you because I tweeted to you when you asked for YouTubers, and I saw some of you actually supported me and tweeted my information up there. But Shane didn't feel like putting me up in any of those ads. So unfortunately, I was asking people when I was streaming if they were seeing any of my information on those ads coming up, and no. Even though I've been posting videos longer than some of these YouTubers, not going to mention any names, not going to throw salt their way because it's not their fault. But Shane, come on, man. Come on. Jeez. Brought you so many people. I've been so supportive. Was it because I got a little frustrated with my withdrawal taking over 2 months and I made a video about it because I was just trying to be honest and transparent? Is that what it is? Okay. Look, at the end of the day, viewers, my obligation is to you before any program out there, because Earth 2 may come and go, but my credibility is what I'm most concerned about. So if I lost the ability to be advertised on the Earth 2 Dubai launch because I was publicly critical, I wasn't even critical. I just said, hey, they told me it would take this amount of time. They told me 72 hours, and now we're coming up on a little bit over 2 months before I could get my withdrawal. Just check out that video. I did end up getting the withdrawal. As soon as I got the withdrawal and it came through, I did go online. I did admit that I probably made things a little bit more convoluted than necessary by trying to switch bank information and everything else. But I also was a bit frustrated that I wasn't getting information. And I understand that everyone is being overwhelmed, but like 72 hours and 2 months are very different timelines. In any case, it's a lot better now. There's some more announcements about that. Thousands of users, I digress. Thousands of users were able to purchase in the moments that the servers were up during the first and second countdown, and then thousands more after the third time going live. The real issue was the 2 million page views. Not everyone is going to be able to secure the tiles they wanted, and we are, as a team, sorry for those who missed out. We are looking into ways we can give those who missed out another opportunity with something in the near future, but we also do not want to rush into any promises without a full plan being properly vetted, which is important. For those of you who wait, there will be something. Our records allow us to detect who missed out on UAE. Realistically, we aim to make an announcement next week on what this could be and how it would work. Again, as I mentioned before, and I'll keep mentioning, these guys are trying to keep it fair, and if you missed out, they're going to try to make it up for you, and that's huge. They don't have to be doing this, so this shows a lot of integrity. We had originally planned to launch Essence and EPLs this coming week, but after the UAE rush, we are concerned there could be another scramble to secure the best EPLs for properties. So we are also reviewing how to roll this out to be as fair as possible to users looking to secure an EPL for their property. In place of this, we are planning to start the Easter egg hunt this weekend in style. In style. What does that mean? He put that in quotes, in style. Another important news. In other important news, CC withdrawals, credit card withdrawals, look all set to go live this week, and while it might first take a little while for us to process the initial demand, sounds familiar, our new system will be massively streamlined moving forward. We allocated a significant number of developer hours to deliver this for our users, and it clearly shows we are focused on improving payment system at scale. Thank you. We have officially processed payouts to our own credit cards via test. So for those of you who aren't familiar, I've got another video that mentions this, so check it out. But long and short of it is they've come up with a way, I haven't seen this before, and I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but they can refund your money to your credit card basically. So it wouldn't be like a withdrawal, it'd be like a refund. They're kind of calling it a credit card withdrawal, but I've never seen anything like that. And here's where my question comes up. Let's say I put $500 in, and I buy and sell and I make a bunch of money. Let's say I take 1,000 out. Now, if it was just a refund, it would be capped at the 500 I put in. But how do I withdraw to a credit card more money than I put in? I've never seen that done with a credit card before. So in any case, the benefit is, since that was the method of getting money in, they are certain that that's a safe method to send the money out. That's a safe destination to send the money out to. They don't have to worry about a scammer getting into your account and putting in their bank information and having your money sent to their banking information, their bank, and you know, that whole vetting process. It's just like, oh, this is the same method that brought the money in, so whoever put the money in is just getting it back. That seems why it's going to be way faster. They won't have to do all the authentication and everything. So that will help. Hopefully you guys won't have to deal with a 2 month. And by the way, use TransferWise, also known as Wise now. I've got a link in the show notes that will give you like $600 worth of withdrawals for free. So use that. It's way faster than sending it to your bank. Take it from my experience. It took me over 2 months to get it sent to my bank. Should have been a little bit shorter than that, maybe, but it'll probably still take a few weeks at this point. Use TransferWise or use this credit card method if it applies to you. There will also be exciting news that Earth 2 Web will go 3D, and it will mark the first step towards the much bigger things on the horizon. We will also be rolling out Choropleth to categorize countries this week. This is going to help us identify the countries more easily when we're looking at it on the map. Just some exciting things we're working on with the amazing Mapbox team. More to come. One final point for now. To those who experience payment issues, the amount charged should automatically disappear from your bank account over the next 24 to 48 hours. A lot of you have probably already told me that's been resolved. I know that people live in the stream were saying, hey, I was charged, I don't see the money. I was charged twice for this land. I don't see the account in my portfolio. There were obviously some issues. So they took the money, they're giving it back to you. This is part of our automatic system that clears pending payments that did not complete. So it recognized the transaction wasn't able to go through on their end, so they're reversing the money. We can say that our team is ambitious and dedicated. We are collectively working on a number of features that aim to bring you, as the player, more fun, strategy, and enjoyment in what will become the core foundations of Earth 2, and we want these to be rolling out over coming weeks and months, and we can tell you it will be exciting. Well, I'm very excited. We got Easter eggs coming out. As I mentioned before, and I've mentioned this, I think in a previous video, since the Dubai issue happened, I think they learned a lot of things, which is good, but I think that's also made them reconsider how fast they can launch things. Again, I've been predicting that phase 2 would be launched in March. It looks like, even though they didn't announce this publicly, they anticipated and planned for phase 2 to be announced, to be released this week. And I mentioned in previous videos, they had certain things they had to do. They had to get the security up. So they got the 2-factor authentication. They wanted to release Dubai. They wanted to get rid of the bots. They wanted to get rid of the improperly purchased land and all this other stuff so that they could then release phase 2 with the essence, with the EPLs, the withdrawal process and all that stuff. So they fixed a lot of stuff in order to do phase 2, but I think that they saw the crazy rush from Dubai scared them. Now, I will argue that I don't think as many people are interested in EPLs as they were in Dubai. I don't care that much about EPLs, not to the point where I'm going to wait until exactly when the EPLs are launched to rush on and secure my HBO and blah, 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 blah. Not really. It's important, but it's like getting a web domain. Like if GoDaddy's like, okay, we're releasing .com now, like there's not a mad dash for it. There will be, but not to the tune of 2 million people. I may be wrong, but I don't think it'll be anywhere near the server demand. Also, registering EPLs won't take as much processing power because it's not like a graphic user interface where you're dealing with 3 different maps that have to render and zoom in and zoom out and select and all this other stuff. They're pushing it out to be safe, which is great. But I think that the land releases are really where we're going to see the mad rushes. Maybe the Easter egg hunt, depending on what's involved in that. But I don't think we're going to be purchasing land with the Easter egg hunt. So 2 million people going on the site, that's a lot, but 2 million people going on the site just to look around, it's nowhere near what we experienced Saturday, where people are rushing to the site, trying to buy at the exact same time, not just searching the map, but like selecting, which is another function, zooming in, zooming out, all that fun stuff, throwing the grid up there, selecting, the price has to update, they buy, like all that stuff has to go through, the discount for the coupon codes, all those processes have to take place, where I really don't know of anything else that they could possibly do. Nothing they've mentioned, at least, would make me think that there'd be anywhere near as much demand on their processing, their server power, their server bandwidth, however you want to describe it, as releasing land. There will be land releases in the future. They've mentioned, doing fixed pricing and things like that. I think that'll definitely help. But in any case, I'm hoping it won't be delayed too long. I really hope phase 2. I would really hope phase 2 is released in March, because then I'd be right, and I love being right. I don't know what it's like to be wrong. It's been so long since I'm wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm wrong all the time. But yeah, so long and short, it looks like phase 2, if not in Q1 in March like I expected, it will be shortly thereafter. But in lieu of that, we will have Easter eggs. So stay tuned for that. I will definitely keep you updated. If it's going to be an event that could be live, I liked going live. That was fun. It was frustrating. At least we were live together. I mentioned, I was like, at least us being live allows us to know everybody else is in the same boat, because if it was just you in your house by yourself having this frustration, you may have thrown the computer out the window, whereas at least you knew you weren't being picked on. So if the Easter egg thing is something that would be good for a live event, like I'm anticipating there's going to be some kind of countdown. We're going to do a mad dash trying to find these Easter eggs. Some of them were thousands of dollars. So I'm very interested to hear the details. I will relay them as soon as they are available, and we'll schedule a countdown for that depending on my availability. Hopefully I'm not up to my ears in work at that time and I'm able to play along with you guys. But until next time, I will look forward to helping you navigate this magical, mystical, marvelous, magnanimous, maniacal, maniac, that's maniacal, it's the same word, world of Earth 2. Ran out of M words already. Just reusing the same ones, I can't even remember them all. Have a good one.